In the cluttered streets of Philadelphia, with hidden cobbled alleys, constant construction for upkeep in a city with deep American history, there lies this humble blue door, and behind it, the Royal Izakaya. In the far back, a chef leads me to where omakase is served. I'm here because I'm trying to make Chef Jesse the best sushi knife possible, and this can only be done by observing how he uses his knife. Let's find out. I actually have been following you for a very long time, probably the same amount of time as me knife making, and when I reached out to you just recently, I said, hey, do you want to do an episode? And do you remember what you said?
What did I say?
You said talk to my PR, and I was like, oh, no. That's when I know this is gonna be legit. What is izakaya?
Izakaya literally translates to stay and drink sake.
Okay.
So it comes from sakayas, which are sake shops in Japan, and people over time, centuries ago, started just hanging out, eating little bites while they drank some sake. So it turned into essentially like a tavern. My parents owned a restaurant, Fuji, in South Jersey for 40 years. They opened in 1979. I started working there as a dishwasher when I was 14.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is this called?
This is the Maguro
Bocho.
Yeah, I actually forgot what
we just opened it up.
The Maguro Bocho, yeah. So this is a tuna knife, cutting those massive tunas. So the tunas I get in here every week, I get one Spanish loin and I get a Japanese loin about every 3 weeks because I dry age that, but the Spanish loin is from a 500 to 600 pound fish. So it's about 100 to 120 pound loin.
Wow,
so yeah, it's like this.
Dang.
So you're gonna need one of these to cut through that.
Yeah, of course, that's insane. So we're gonna look at Chef Jesse's knives. We're gonna watch him prepare fish. We're gonna see exactly how he handles it, and I hope that I'm able to make a knife that, I mean, this is gonna be very competitive. I'm already intimidated by the knives he has. It's a kitchen arsenal here. To say this man is talented is an understatement. He is surgical in his technique, and while I watch him cut sushi, I'm thinking I have to make something that matches his skill, which is nerve-wracking. He is using two types of yanagibas. This one you see is sakimaru, where the edge slants upward, almost resembling a katana. And that's probably what I'm gonna make him. And while I have an idea of the knife to make, I am a little nervous due to what he already has. And on a separate note, there is a reason why he has been nominated several times for the James Beard Award. The food he creates is flat out mind-blowing. For obvious reasons, I don't want to leave, but it is time to go back to the shop and make him a knife. In every space of the kitchen, there were carefully stashed knives, like a lot. Some custom made, formidable in all aspects, and they all have their own characteristics and handle type. This is an octagonal wah handle, and this one has more Western influence. The decor of the Royal Izakaya had a lot of earthy tones, like dark wood. I've decided to go with desert ironwood. It has contrasts of brown and yellow to pair with the aesthetic of the restaurant setting. I have to think that this knife is going to be displayed in front of guests, so it has to complement the overall look. I did ask him what his favorite color scheme is, and he said black. So I'm kind of going against that and hope it doesn't disappoint. Arizona Ironwood Burl is very cool. It has different contrasts of color. I want to make sure that I don't take too much off of that difference in contrast. We want this knife to pop, and we don't want it to be a brown handle. All right, I'm excited. Let's do this. We got a little bit of a pothole right over here. We're gonna fill that in. I think we got ourselves a winner. Look at that handle. Arizona Ironwood is amazing. But when you're sanding the wood, it smells like burnt popcorn. It's disgusting, but you can't deny the result. from here to here, this is what we call sakimaru. Sakimaru is a slanted tip towards the spine. The purpose of it can be seen that of a piercing effect when you're following the spine of the bone of the fish. The spine of the bone of the fish. The bone? The spine. Following the spine of the fish. There are two different types of chefs. Those who prefer high carbon steel and those who prefer stainless, but there is a big misconception on which one is better. There are too many variables to consider. How the blade was heat treated, the edge geometry of the bevels, and so forth. It really comes down to what you prefer. Chef Jesse prefers stainless steel, and I love that because I'm going with Damasteel, an incredible steel manufactured in Sweden that cannot be replicated anywhere else. Take. Quench! Okay, please be straight. Don't fail me now. Yes. Oh, it's straight. Still gotta get a little thinner. This is taking some time. If you were to ask a knife maker what their least favorite part is, it will most likely be this. It takes a lot of time to polish bevels, but when done right, it vastly increases the performance of the knife. I use the stones to condition the edge, adding a slight convexity, making it thinner. And I hope Chef Jesse sees the difference even in the first cut. Still here. Done. All right, let's assemble this. Wow. Straight as an arrow. I'm thinking this is gonna do some damage. Now it's time to make the saya. I managed to get my hands on something pretty spectacular. This is Arizona ironwood, and when you open it up, there's a slight contrast in the burl wood. On this side, even more so. The question is, what side is the exterior of the saya and the interior? So most likely, the higher contrast is gonna be on the outside. We want this saya to pop. Look at that. Yes. For our test cut today, we are going to do salmon. We're gonna trim it, skin it, and then see how it performs. Like most fish, salmon has soft flesh, but what we are looking for is how well this knife cuts, how much resistance we're gonna feel, and how much drag we're gonna have. We don't want any drag. All right, first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to trim. Got a little test handle here, just to hold it in place. Here we go. So far, so good. Let's see how smooth this knife takes the skin off the salmon. Holy shit. Oh man, look at that. I am a little rusty, I missed a part here, but it's still amazing. I'm sure there's no drag at this point after seeing the performance of it, but it is incredibly smooth. This feels like air. I love it, I'm so happy. Now we can move forward with the etch. The knife is almost done, and I'm nervous because I'm not sure what Chef Jesse will think of this. I now am etching the blade in muriatic acid, which reveals the stainless Damascus pattern. The pinch grip where the fingers wrap around the blade are polished so that it sits comfortably for Chef Jesse's grip. This is the first time that I put the knife together, and I'm gonna show you right now. Look at that. This is really cool. I'm really happy. The last remaining step for me is to use my fiber laser to do the maker's mark. Then I glue the tang to the handle and we're done. While I have tested this knife, it is not me who passes the judgment on how well this blade performs. So the question still remains, will it cut? All right, so this is the moment where Chef Jesse is going to see the knife for the first time. Are you excited?
I've been very excited about this.
I'm nervous.
I love knives.
We'll balance each other out. Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay. Whoa. Oh man. Woo. Dude, this is gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah?
Should I open it?
Open it. Here we go.
Look at this thing. Whoa. I just have to say, I mean, even before we shot this, like before Max even came here, like I've been a fan of your stuff, and I've been wanting one of these. And I know you don't custom stuff because I asked you.
Yeah. Let's see if it works. This is the nerve-wracking part.
All right, we're just gonna cut everything because why not? Let's go. Whoa. Wow. Look at this. I'm gonna go fast. Wow. That's sharp.
Without question, this was the best experience I've had as a knife maker. Chef Jesse screams passion, and I experienced it having the best sushi of my life. His methodical approach on making sushi blew my mind, and I was honored to watch him use the knife I made him, that it sparked motivation to keep pushing for progress.
Beautiful. This is great. I'm gonna use this. It just like melts. That's beautiful. Wow.
Yeah? That's it?
I love it.
All right, cool.
This is like amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man. Now we part ways and on to the next adventure.